First thing of importance is the foundation. Foundation in marriage. And I'm going to tell you, for my previous marriage, I didn't have the right foundation. And I don't know about her. Uh, she'll probably agree
Hmm.
that her first marriage probably wasn't built on the right foundation.
No.
Have to make sure you have the right foundation. And that foundation is Jesus Christ. And we like to say Christian marriage or biblical marriage, but it really, marriage is a God ordained institution. That, it's kind of like a redundant, say, Christian marriage, because marriage is a God ordained thing.
Hmm.
It is biblical. It is Christian. Anybody else? And I'm not trying to be controversial, but marriage is a Christian institution. And I'm going to read something here that I'm going to use a parallel here for a foundation. Matthew chapter 7. Jesus says on the Sermon on the Mount, "Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and acts on them may be compared to a wise man who built his house upon the rock. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and slammed against that house, and yet it did not fall, for it had been founded on the rock. Everyone who hears these words of mine and does not act on them will be like a foolish man who builds his house on the sand. And when the rain fell and the floods came and the winds blew and slammed against that house, it fell, and great was the fall." So, just like our faith in Jesus Christ, our faith must be founded on Jesus Christ. If you say you're a Christian, if you say you believe in Jesus, if you are aspiring to living the Christian life, your faith must be grounded on Jesus Christ, the hard rock foundation of Jesus Christ. And I like that parallel. I'm going to use that as in marriage too. Marriage cannot survive if Jesus Christ isn't the head of the marriage. Your marriage is not built upon a solid foundation, just like the Christian faith. Your marriage has got to be built on a solid foundation. It's going to fail. If that marriage is built on a solid foundation, like I believe ours and we have put our marriage to the test. And we have went through some storms and some rains and some heavy winds of
Going
life.
through some right now.
Going through some right now. It's just just a
It's just
normal
life,
car
living in this
problems
world.
and
Yep.
yep, financial stuff, but the storms of life, and we have a good foundation. So we're able to withstand the storms of life because we have a solid foundation. So this is something that should begin before you get married, before you even say I do, before you even say, hey, let's plan on getting married. But before we plan on getting married, let's make sure this is right. Let's make sure we are doing the right thing. And I suggest you do some premarital counseling, preferably with a pastor that's qualified to do that, or somebody else. And maybe your church has a marriage ministry. Uh, get some qualified biblical Christian counseling. Listen to your parents. Ask your parents. If your parents say, "Hey, I don't think you need to marry this man. I don't think you need to marry this woman or young girl, young man," listen to them. And you might say, "Well, I don't care what they say. We're in love and we're getting married." Listen to your parents. Ask them why. Why do you not approve of this? Listen to them. They may see something that you don't see because you're too young or you're caught up in the moment. You just can't see it. Um, so you say, "Well, we're past that. We're past that. We've been married 2, 3, 4, 20 years. We're past that." And sometimes I wonder, well, we have a good foundation. Is there hope for us? Yes, there is hope for you. You can still get counseling, or you can do like we did. We went to a marriage retreat. We went to Weekend to Remember twice. And like she said, the first time we went was May last year, 2024. And we didn't think, boy, man, our marriage is about over. We didn't think that, but we thought, you know what? There were some people there, their marriages were almost over. But we like, we have some things we need to work on.
Hmm.
I'm so glad we went to this marriage conference. Now we can make our marriage stronger. We can improve our foundation. We had a few cracks in our foundation, but we worked on it and we made it stronger. So we recommend you going to a marriage retreat or marriage conference like the Weekend to Remember. And I think who is it? Focus on the Family is a good Christian institution. It used to be run by James Dobson. I don't know who it's run by now, but they have some good events for you too. Uh, be determined to work on your foundation and make it stronger. Okay, Lori, Next topic.
Studies show that most marriage problems occur due to communication issues. Learning how to communicate with your spouse will greatly change most of the issues in your marriage. Many marriages struggle with communication, especially those who have been married for many years. As time goes by, husbands and wives can slowly drift apart, and communication slowly starts to diminish. You might think that fixing the communication problem in your marriage is impossible, and you don't know where to start. I suggest a good place to start is learning how to listen. When your spouse realizes you are listening, it will be easier for him or her to communicate with you. Learn how to talk about big things and the small things. Start each day with warm, affectionate greetings. Send each other messages throughout the day. Ask each other how they are doing. Sit down together and just talk. Make time to have intentional conversations. Learn how to enjoy talking to each other just like you did when you first started dating.
And this episode is kind of touching a lot of different topics. But we've had a couple episodes where we focus specifically on communication. And the key here is to have intentional. That's the key, intentional.
And more than surface level.
Yeah, that's right. More than service level. That's exactly what I was thinking. Just because, oh, hey, how you doing? Okay, all right, all right.
I mean, you gotta have the surface level conversations, but
Yeah.
you have to try to be intentional about going deeper into other.
Getting to the feelings and the emotions and what she's thinking or what I'm thinking. Be in tune with each other.